Yeah, we took a couple weeks off there from the podcast, but welcome back to the Beach Bobcast Arc Podcast. You got your boy Kraken and On Fire and Captain Reptile. We're back. We're back in black, baby. Let's go.
I love the fact that you started that off with, don't ask me why I'm not recording, and then you followed it up with a blatant lie of us being on hiatus for 2 years.
What you talking about?
No, we took a couple weeks off.
No, we just took a little.
Oh
vacation.
yeah, my bad.
Listen, a couple is a vague term. You know, it could mean 2 or 3. It could mean 60 or 70. It doesn't really matter. But we're back, and boy, is there a lot to talk about.
Yes, there is.
Ascended is a real thing. Thanks, Jeremy. I still have that tweet saved of it'll be completely free upgrade. Love it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just don't get that luxury.
And then hey, remember when they were like, there's gonna be some exclusive DLC for ASA? I'm not thinking anymore that means new like story content. I'm thinking that's Bob's Tall Tales.
Well, they said they're gonna have a story expansion, but it doesn't say when it's gonna come out.
No, you misunderstood. That is the story expansion. Ties into the animated series. That's another thing. Have we seen the animated series collectively?
I have.
Cap? Okay. What are our thoughts?
Okay, so the animation style, when I first saw it, I thought it was gonna be on like Atla, Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of animation. But you can kind of notice that it's a little framey with its animations. I'm not a huge fan of that. Generally, I don't care.
I'm conflicted. I like it because obviously I'm a big dinosaur guy. Love Ark. I quite like Helena as a character. I liked John a lot too. He's not from the game at all, and he was awesome. I'm not a huge fan of what they've done to Rockwell necessarily, and I feel like the pacing is kind of fast. I would have liked at least one full episode where it was just Helena and Bob, and she would, because like
Kraken.
If you yes,
Kraken, can I make a clarification?
Okay.
From my understanding, John DeKaya is from the game, but he's one of the main guys from Scorched Earth. When you find his notes,
so he's John DeKaya in name only then.
Yes, I believe so.
Because he was a cowboy, like a sheriff.
It says on the wiki, John DeKaya is a rogue Apache outlaw. Waking up on a desert ark, he decides to leave his life of crime for a life of maintaining order and justice at the city of Nasty. So, John DeKaya is a character. They just killed him off in the wrong location in the animated series. Spoiler alert, by the way.
I'm guessing they're going to skip over all of the Scorch stuff, because I don't really know how they would go about doing that.
Yeah.
I have no idea either. Now, one character
Plus, how are they not going to have wyverns in the show? Like, that is huge.
Seriously.
I don't know. They might leave that up for like a second. I really don't know. I do know that one of the characters that's not a part of the show, that's not part of the lore from the show is I can't think of it. The nomad guy at the very end.
Oh, Kor the Prophet.
Kor, yeah, him.
It's really interesting how much they're actually changing things, because you think like longevity-wise, like Mei Yin and Helena didn't get together until Extinction. So, like, because there was a lot of kind of like romance subplot and aberration a little bit. So it's kind of like, I'm very interested to see how quickly they're going to get to Extinction if they're cutting out all of Scorched and all of Aberration.
Well, we also can't ignore the fact that in the lore of Ark, Mei Yin gets with Diana first, not even Helena.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
So how is that going to work when Aberration happens?
It's going to be Owen and Claire from Jurassic World. They're going to be off and on constantly. It's going to be great.
I don't even remember them getting together technically in Extinction. I don't think they ever did. Mei Yin and Helena. It was Nettie. We need Nettie.
Yeah, Nettie would know. I don't really know much about the like in-depth story. I think all that I know actually is from Nettie's videos.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I guess for me the animated series was, I'm not really like big into like anime or like animated series like that, so I wasn't really sure how I'd feel about the series going into it. But I thought it was pretty good. And like Kraken was saying, I didn't really like what they did with Rockwell,
Nope, me neither.
mainly because I thought like he was, or at least in from the story, from what I understand, he's kind of like a good guy at first, where he kind of like slowly turns evil, but there, you can like see that he's turning, and then eventually he turns on them. But this one, it starts out and he's automatically the bad guy. Like I kind of wanted to see him go from like being a good guy to like turning into the Rockwell and Aberration.
Yeah, they should have like done like what they did with the Lore of Arc, where they built up Rockwell to be this fantastic character that everybody likes, and then he
Yeah.
finds the artifact and element and all this, and then he slowly devolves into the Rockwell we have. Like that Rockwell, even in lore, when he goes evil, he wasn't all for like killing people. I mean, he did,
Yeah.
but he wasn't all for it. He did it in the names of science. This Rockwell is just evil just for the sake of being evil.
Yeah, exactly. Could have been like Darth Vader or Anakin,
Right, yeah.
but
Would have been much better.
well, that's what I thought anyway. I was gonna say what they did with Rockwell, but
Have you guys been seeing that they are slowly implementing all of the Arc Edition creatures into the base game?
yes, I'm very hyped about that.
That's a big
That-
step.
I think it is too. Definitely a big, because they could. I mean, they could end up doing that more in the future, like adding more mod creatures. Like I feel like it opens up the door for them to do more stuff like that when it comes to mods.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they did say in the latest community crunch that they are like tweaking the look of some of the creatures and the animations, maybe some of the abilities, stuff like that. But for the most
Yeah.
part, they're trying to keep it normal to the base creature, the mod. So I wonder how that's gonna work out for creatures like the Acro and the Brachiosaurus.
Yeah, have you seen Gruga's stream where he went over all the information they didn't go over in the crunch?
I have not. I know he's been streaming. I'm in his Discord. I haven't been watching any of his streams.
He did like one stream the day after they announced it, and he went over information because basically the 10 original creatures from Arc Editions in the Arc Survival Evolved mod are the ones that are coming into like Ascended. And he said they are wildcard is basically like whenever they change something or they want to change something, they ask him first and he has to approve of it. So like they basically go through all of it with him. So
Oh, well, that's good. That's fantastic then. That's
it's
great.
really good. And he said for things like these effectiveness, he said that they might not even change anything. He's like, it sounded like they were just gonna keep it as it is, like with this effectiveness. And he said with Ceratosaurus that the only thing that's gonna change is like stats, and that they actually might buff its healing ability, which is interesting.
That's very interesting. That has got me excited though. That's for sure.
Also, I guess for more information on that, he's doing a TLC on 4 of the creatures, which means they're probably not going to come out later. The Brachy's getting a model TLC, the Concavinator and Cryolophosaurus are getting TLCs, and then the Archelon is getting a TLC as well.
Yeah, I've been
Before,
I've been up to date with the Archelon getting the TLC. I haven't seen anything about the other ones.
Yeah, the other ones are just going to be like model TLCs, I think. That's not going to like change any of the abilities, I don't think. At least for the Brachy, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely got me excited. I've been saying they need to add Arc Editions for a while to the base game because the creatures are just so well made. So I'm so glad they're finally coming. Also, creatures like the Brachiosaurus, I've always thought should be in the game. So, and you know, like that one time in like 2018 when the Arcology event came out and they like baited everyone.
Boo with the Arcology. I'm not trying to butt in, but fuck that event. I got so excited for that. I can't even believe
dude, I did
that they
too,
would
dude.
do that to us.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
was pretty upset too.
weeks. They had it like blacked out. It was the Stigi, the other like trike-looking
The
thing, and,
Styracosaurus.
Yeah, that-
Styracosaurus.
and the Brachy. They had it blacked out. Everyone thought they were gonna add this 3 new creatures, and the event comes out. They're like, "Oh, it's just skins."
I was so mad.
Dude,
I can't even believe.
I like how Kraken just immediately came in as soon as I mentioned that.
No, I had to get up for a second. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
But my point was, I'm glad they're finally adding the Bracky because I've always thought they should add it. And also, like, they only have like 3 sauropods in the game, and I've always thought that they really needed to add more sauropods because they
4.
kind of, well, with the Amargasaur, but that's like, or actually, like, the other 3 are like in the base game, and then the Amarg is like DLC.
Oh,
so like in the
true.
base game, there's only 3
Yeah.
that you can get, which I've always thought is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I want somebody to release a mod that's like all creatures on all maps
Just there's a bunch of mods like that.
Yeah.
for ASA.
Not for ASA because all the creatures aren't in the base game yet.
I'm talking about like, oh, the Shastasaurus is a center exclusive, and oh, the Giganoraptor is a.
Oh, that's
I
gonna
don't
be
know
a
what that
mod.
one is.
I mean, if,
I just want all dinosaurs at once, please. Thank you.
That's kind of what I've thought. I've always thought it was weird that they made, like, for the newer, like, custom DLCs anyway, they made, like, real-life creatures exclusive to those maps. Because, like, it made sense having, like, the Reapers and Rock Drakes exclusive to Aberration, but it doesn't really make sense having, like, a Margosaurus exclusive to Lost Island when it would fit perfectly on every other map.
No, exactly right.
Well,
and like
I
one
mean-
thing that I found baffling too. Go ahead, Cap.
no. I was just gonna be the devil's advocate and say that I mean, Lost Island and the island are not. Besides the look of it, they're not really different. So you need to have a reason to go to Lost Island, being the new creatures. Same with Ragnarok and its griffins, Valhalla, Valguero and its Deinonychus, and then every other map that has their own special creatures. You kind of need a reason to go play on those maps besides, just the look of the map. Because unlike Lost Island, all the other maps have all the same bosses. Valguero has Manicore, Dragon, Megapithecus, where you can go fight those on any other map, so what's the point of going to that one? So
Right.
Yeah.
And I do get that. And obviously that's why it is the way that it is. But one thing that I don't understand is so they're like one real world dinosaur for Scorched and Aberration and Extinction. Why limit it like that?
That's
Like
what I thought, too,
Scorched
because,
is the fantasy map and Aberration is the sci-fi map. So
yeah.
like why not do like I don't know, I mean what's other fantasy shit that could go on Scorched? Like a Minotaur or something. Why not?
Or you could have, like,
Why
a
did- why do we-
serpent or something like that. I don't know.
I would
Yeah,
have
I mean,
liked to have
exactly, there's-
seen like a giant. I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but I would have liked to seen like a giant tortoise that you can that you can build on the back of, but it's like a
sorry.
gigantic tortoise. And the Oasis was different because it can fly. It can't do damage. You can't do anything with it. There's no point. Honestly, to me, there's no point in having that thing.
I just tamed one and I was pissed off because I specifically went out. See, I'm like an Arc noob kind of right now. Like I'm kind of out of the loop with ASA and stuff. But I'm like, I'm playing Scorched with my buddy, my real life friend Parker, and we lost one of our Thylas, Khan. He's been with us from the start, and I'm like, okay, there's this new creature. It can bring things back from the dead. Let's go save Khan. And we do the whole taming process.
Well, did you put the
Hilariously
clan in
buggy.
there?
Yes.
Is
And
the
Khan
same
was
match?
lost to time. Yes. I was like, man, really wish they would like
so
specify
dumb.
this
Yeah.
as you go to do this.
Well, not only that, but like the only good thing about it is one being able to bring creatures back to life. But I mean, if it's not a super powerful creature, then what's really the point? And the greenhouse effect doesn't really mean much either.
Doesn't it, like,
I
I've
wasn't
heard it,
even
like-
aware it had that.
it, like, fertilizes crops that are on it, like, and you don't need fertilizer if you put the crops on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
it's
you
pretty
don't
huge, actually.
You don't need water either, but I mean, I don't know. That stuff to me has never been that big of a thing.
I'd probably do that just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like
That
making
yeah,
fertilizer.
that's fair.
All
but
of my crops.
I just get a dung
consist of
beetle,
one
honestly.
toilet.
Yeah, but at the same time, I still have to move the fertilizer from the dung beetle to the crops, and that's too much work.
Not with mud, you don't.
S plus nanny, baby.
Yep.
Where is S plus for ASA?
They don't need it. S plus is redundant.
Yeah.
With the new
But
building.
I don't get my twerking dodo anymore. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I know. What I want is a proper dino storage mod. That's all I want. They've already implemented awesome spyglass and awesome teleportals to finish out the main 3 mods that everybody has. Now we just need dino storage.
I thought they have that. Well, they have like a different.
They've got super
dino.
cryo storage, but it's
saw
just
that.
not the same.
I mean, it still has like the gun and stuff you can shoot them with and the cryo them, but
Yeah, but
also the cryopods look really weird on that.
they look really weird and they're so expensive. I'd much rather just spend 2 crystal for 2 soul balls.
Yeah.
Wildcard is infamous over the years, and we can all attest to this, for making PvP balance changes mandatory
Ruining
for
PvE.
everyone.
Yes.
Right.
Like I can
When they
first thing
took
that
the
comes to
fire speed away forever,
yeah,
for like 6 years, they just yoinked that away.
or what comes to mind for me is the Mana Garmer being nerfed to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
where
Mana Garmer.
like
Volanosaurus too, man.
Yeah.
Those used to be good.
Feroxes. Then
yeah,
not
the
the hell
flyer
out.
nerf, dude.
Achos.
I remember that. I remember logging on the day of the flyer nerf because I didn't even know it happened because I'd like just started playing like a few months before, and then I got on like my Quetzal who had like basically like maxed out speed on, and I got on and it was just like the slowest thing. It was like moving like a snail. And I was like, what the crap is happening?
What the Sigma? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kill me, put me down. But I see, before I really get, like, because now I'm a huge breeder in Ark. That's like what I like doing. I like taming up a shitload of 150s and stuff, and then you condense their stats into the best creature, the pinnacle. And before I really got into that, it was just the imprint buff. But I had like battle Quetzes that were super fast and could do a lot of damage. Because that's the part of the flyer nerf no one talks about. Like, obviously the speed was taken, but they also nerfed like stamina, health, melee damage.
Yeah.
So like my battle Quetzes were like totally useless, like garbage tames.
Yeah, so I remember, or because of that, and then the RG TLC, it made Quetzals like completely useless. Like I remember when they used to be like the best fly.
Carry Ankies and from RGs.
Yeah,
before
exactly. I really do miss when Quetzals were the best creature in the game. I wish they'd do like a TLC and actually like bring them up because they're still harder to tame than RGs, except for RGs are better. So like, why? I mean, Quetzals have a few good use cases with like their platform saddle and stuff, but overall, like the RG ends up just being more useful.
Yeah.
And
I came across a discovery with Bob's Tall Tales. Very, very off topic. But the new cart item, I found that you can put a chain gun turret on the back of it. And Thylas can enter the Manticore arena. So my next thought was, well, can I bring this chain gun into the Manticore fight?
Did that work?
I haven't tested it yet because we went right to Alpha when we fought him.
Oh yeah.
And also, my friend Parker, his first boss fight ever, he crashed, and it wouldn't let him rejoin. So
Oh my gosh.
he didn't get any of the tech grams. He didn't get to see any of the cutscenes. 10 out of 10 wild card. 10 out of 10. But if that is a viable strategy, that is ridiculous. Please don't take that away from us.
Yeah, I wonder if that would work, bringing carts in there. You know, the carts, if you have a Thyla, you can climb walls with the carts.
I am
and
aware.
they're still there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. It looks crazy. It like makes no the physics on the carts is ridiculous. It's kind of funny though.
One thing I miss so much, and I didn't think I would miss it, is the net gun.
Oh yeah.
I'm very sad by that. You guys had a chance to mess around with the train at all?
Don't even get me fucking started on the train.
Somebody seems upset.
Ooh, my lord.
Creative mode.
You guys are weak-minded. You gotta get into the grind.
Shut up.
I haven't had a really chance to play like
So on Scorched, if you open up a map of Scorched, I live at about bottom mid, right? Middle or mid bottom, I guess would be more accurate. I live in between those two big like plateau things in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
And I have a rail system set up all the way to Green Knob, fully in survival, no cheats or nothing. Yeah, it's
been a grind.
very expensive. Yes. But
Yeah,
it's
those
so
things are-
cool. It's so
Yeah, this-
cool to be able to build trains.
Can I?
Yeah, I think the cranes are dope.
I need to add on to that, Kraken. Okay, I'm going
Go ahead.
to be the devil on your shoulder for this. So I'm Miss File. I just to see how things went, I went into creative mode and built a pretty large track. You know, pillows and everything. It was basically like a floating train.
It's like a roller coaster.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to the very end. First off, the connectors for the train, ridiculous because you have to be like a foundation apart for the connectors to even snap. It'll snap, like it'll show that it can snap, but it'll be red and it won't let you connect it. It's really stupid. Don't get me started. And I get done after dealing with it for 2 days, 2 real life days of me struggling with
my
this
God.
stupid train. I finally get it to snap, and I hop on my train and I start going on that track, and I get to the very end where the train started, and there's a teeny tiny bit of the world inside the track. Completely stops the train. Cannot go forward.
Oh my god.
So I can't go
That
a
is
full circle around the track. I have to go
upsetting.
backwards to the beginning to get it to go. And I was so mad. I destroyed the whole thing and gave up on the trains completely.
Man, that's upsetting.
Yeah, I was very upset. Very,
But yeah,
very
talking
upset.
about trains, I do find it interesting because it looks like they're adding a lot of vehicles with this Bob's Tall Tales. Because you look in that like,
The airship
art they
on
have, yeah,
Aberration is
it's
gonna
a
go
blimp.
so hard.
yeah, how on earth is a blimp going to work? On
That's what I want to
Aberration?
know.
I don't think it's that big because you can see a player like sitting in it.
What I'm excited for, given that there's new physics in the game, although
Yes.
don't get me started on the cart. That thing is busted. I think they did a much better job with the cart with that mod, that eco mod, the Highland Cow one, whatever that mod was called. They did a fantastic job with the physics in that, but they.
Oh, that looks really teeny. Actually, that looks
it
lame.
does.
No platform or anything. So
No.
what will be the purpose of this?
You know what? I'm guessing because it looks like the person's pedaling, it's going to be stamina
Yeah.
based.
Well, see, because for a long time I sat there with Parker and I tried to, okay, one, why is the train so expensive? And two, what is the purpose? Like, what does it do for you compared to like an Ascendant Giga saddle?
Nothing.
And I landed on the fact that it has unlimited weight. You can move an entire base with a train,
Yeah,
as
I mean,
opposed to, you know, like a super pimped up gas bags or something. But it doesn't feel worth the cost at all.
Yeah, I don't-
Yeah.
it seems like it'd be quite a grind.
God, that Aberration. The outfit that they have chosen looks so cool.
Yeah.
It's like a whole steampunk theme. I think that one looks pretty.
I really like the wastelands for the extinction. I want to see
Yeah.
the core. That's what I'm excited
That's my
for.
favorite. Is the Wasteland one.
Yeah,
for
the
Extinction.
Wasteland
Looks
one for
so
Extinction,
sick.
that works very well. Like
It's so
Borderlands,
perfect.
Mad Max.
Yeah,
And
It's like-
Cowboys for Scorch works great too. I
I'm
thought
not-
Steampunk for Aberration was an interesting choice. Like,
yeah,
I like Steampunk, and Aberration is probably my favorite DLC, but
same here.
Yep.
that is such a strange combination, because it's the
No.
sci-fi one. So, like, why wouldn't you do, like, I don't know, either Star Wars type stuff, or just spacey? I mean, I don't know, I guess they gotta hold off for their Genesis Tall Tales, too.
Yeah,
Their NASA Punk and Halo one.
honestly, I don't think they're doing ones for custom maps, but if they were to do them, I imagine the Fjordur one would be pretty cool, like a Norse mythology theme one,
Oh, yeah.
or even like Ragnarok having like a Viking themed one, because that map's like really got that Viking theme with like the Viking Bay and stuff. Would be pretty cool.
Get like a flying Viking ship.
Yeah, or you could have like Viking, just like those giant like Viking ships you could actually place down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. Yeah,
I miss Atlas. Can we just talk about that for a minute? I miss Atlas. It was like, cause I played a single
Stole
player.
my boy Jet the Ish for Atlas, and he has never returned as community manager.
Yeah.
Now we're stuck with Dolly. No hate,
But
but you're no Jet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
before we get
I had Jet reply to my tweets before. Man, Where's Dolly's never responded to one of my tweets. I haven't made any tweets in a long time, but still,
I never actually got to play
she should
out
be
of this.
reaching out.
Okay.
Because I don't think it ever came to console, or if it did,
It did.
then
It's abandoned
it's
where it doesn't work.
yeah, it probably was way after I even probably lost interest in it. Because I remember being excited for it, but then it was like only on PC, and I was like, well, dang. I
Okay.
guess it's on. console
The
now.
coolest thing that I would like to note about the Bob's Tall Tales is something the Arc DLCs are infamous for, in my opinion, is all of the DLC stuff is locked to the map, basically. Where it's like, oh, you need sand to build this, or you need red gems for this. Bob's
Yeah.
Tall Tales stuff is not like that. And you can unlock it on any map. So, like, on my island character, all of the structure skins are available, all of the player skins are available, and if I so wanted to, you could build a train on the island.
Yeah.
So it's almost like this stuff is coming to the base game and not so much the DLCs.
It comes out with them, but not for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Steampunk Scorched Earth gonna go hard.
That's gonna be so weird.
Yeah. I'm really curious how that blimp is gonna work. I was thinking maybe it could just like glide. Maybe it won't even like fly. Maybe you just like use it as like a glide.
Well, I
Fighting thing.
still think it's gonna be stamina based.
Yeah, because it'd be way too overpowered if you could just fly around, especially an aberration with no flyers.
What's that
Yeah.
like raptor thing coming to Ab? I don't remember what it's called, like the Quilon?
Oh no, it's not even that anymore. It's the
It's the Wyling.
something
Wyling.
like the Yeeling.
I think
Something.
it's Yeeling, because every time I pronounce something wrong, I get 50 comments about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Keep that engagement up.
Yeah.
Well, I've never
Like-
heard of it before. Yeeling.
I've never heard of it either.
Is this a real thing that we're talking about?
No, it is. I don't think it's anything like the Arc version.
Okay, you search Yeeling, right? And the entire top row is aberration stuff. And then everything below that are like foreign actresses. So, is this a real animal?
No.
I think it was based off of like
Dinosaur.
something. It's kind of like the Rhino, where that was based off of a real bug, but that one's nothing like the real Rhino at all. Because the real Rhino is like
Well, you also have to because
big.
sorry, not to cut you off. The thing about the new Yeeling, whatever it's called, that's not even actually.
Okay, so yeah, no, the dinosaur is just named a Yee. Here's the only picture I can find of a Yee that's not from Ark. And it looks heinous. It's ugly and scary.
What is on its tail?
I don't know if that's part of the fossil or if that's just speculative.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're getting real sidetracked here. But God, it's so it's just such a weird, like, it doesn't even feel real.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's fine for aberration because none of the creatures in there are.
What do you
mean Makes roll sense. Rats
aren't real?
But I am curious to see how one works on aberration. Like, is it gonna make it to where getting rock drake eggs is super easy now? I know a lot of people are concerned about that, and that's why it's so controversial. But at the same time, like, it's not out yet, so we don't know if it's gonna actually be that powerful.
Getting wyvern eggs is horrifying now. I just want to jot that down. I haven't gotten wyvern eggs since like the flyer nerf, really.
Oh yeah.
So what we ended up doing was we used an RG and we had a turret box set up that just had like 5 turrets on the top. And yeah, we lost the RG immediately.
Yeah, I remember. Like, I never really got wyverns on Scorched Earth after the flyer nerf because every time I would do it like on Ragnarok or something where I had pteranodons. But I remember before that I would just pump speed on RGs and go in there. But like after, like, how are you supposed to do it because RGs are insanely slow and they can't outrun them. And then the only other option you have is the moth. But
Yeah, that'll do it.
that'll do it. But if you get caught up to them, you're screwed because the moth can't do anything.
Can it fart on them?
You're right. Yeah, that'll do it. I guess you could fly out Wasteosaur in there. Just
Yeah, there you go.
take the egg that way. But if we're talking about these new creatures, what about the Dreadnoughtus? Any thoughts on that?
I don't like Dreadnoughtus.
Not.
Because they made it look like a weird extinction monster.
I do agree with that. It does kind of look weird on Extinction. I do think it's cool that it's a new sauropod, though. Like I was mentioning earlier, even though it is a DLC one.
It looks really gross. Oh wait, that's the fan one. Where's the official one? Here it is. No, you know, it's not as bad as I was thinking. It
I like
reminds
the
me of the
official
one.
more than the fan one.
It reminds me a lot more of. Did you guys ever see Prehistoric Planet?
No.
It looks a lot like the Dreadnoughtus from that. But they had these really weird, like inflatable neck bubbles that were like it's a spectacle thing, obviously.
Okay. I see what you mean.
But that's what the design reminded me of when I saw it.
Yeah.
Very strange.
I think I know what you're talking about, the weird extinction thing. Because when I first saw the Dreadnoughtus, I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, why does it look like that? But I guess I've kind of gotten used to looking at it over the past few months.
I mean, let's be real.
Kind of grown on me a little bit.
Nothing will ever look as ugly as the Titanosaur does, in my opinion. Like, that is a heinous design.
What's wrong with it?
Something about it is giving me like a skin phobia. Like, it has really bad psoriasis or something. Like, that can't be healthy. Like, because they say in the dossier, like, it's a living mountain. Well, you literally designed it to look like that. It looks like it looks like something out of Jurassic World Evolution 1. Like, it's the Stegosaurus.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it.
Fan.
I mean, I think it's cool having like these like rocks on its back, basically, like as like outer shell. But
it's like you took Godzilla and you're like, okay, great, let's make it a sauropod.
Well, I don't have anything to add to this conversation, so.
You know, want to have anything to say about the Dreadnoughtus with the weird bubbles on its
I
neck?
personally really like the look. I mean, you have to think about it. It's extinction. All the creatures are mutated, so therefore, a new creature coming to extinction, it's going to have the quote unquote good element to mutate its body. Plus, it's the size of a Titan, supposedly, or at least able to fight Titans. So it's got to be able to have some form of change for it.
I couldn't really tell how big it was supposed to be. I mean, there's like the player there, but I kind of assumed it would be like smaller than a Titanosaur, but like way bigger than a Bronto, so kind of like in between both of them. But I saw some people's like thumbnails like showing it like way bigger than the Titanosaur, which I don't think is how it's gonna be.
It shows it rearing up in front of an Ice Titan standing above the Ice Titan.
That is on the time legs though.
I'll put it in the Discord.
Yeah, and you could also see a comparison to the King Titan if you look in that dossier.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like it's going to be at least the size of maybe the Ice Titan. And height-wise, will probably be the size of the Ice Titan.
Is that supposed to be the Dreadnoughtus, though, in that little tiny thing by the King Titan?
No, that's like a raptor. Not a raptor. That's like a T-Rex or something.
It's like a Giga, probably.
Yeah, it's standing up.
Because it looks like it's standing on its hind legs.
Exactly, yeah.
That wouldn't really make any sense, though, just to have like a random Giga compared to the King Titan. And the
I think it's a T-Rex. I still think that's a T-Rex because if you look at it, it's bipedal. That's not a quadrupedal creature sitting next to the King Titan.
That is true.
But I am very excited for the Dreadnoughtus. That's probably like my most anticipated creature when it comes to the DLCs.
I'll be straight. I was not impressed with any of the winners of the thing. What are they all?
There's the Chastosaurus.
That one sounds kind of cool, but it's underwater.
The submarine saddle.
So
I know, that's the thing. It's just like, it's a really cool creature, but the underwater is so like boring in Ark that I feel like it just makes the new creatures they add to it less exciting.
Okay, I have an idea. So, one by one, each of us, we're going to go through the list of creatures that have won the votes from each map. One by one, so there's no talking over each other. We're going to give our honest opinion, starting with the Rhinoanaptor, ending with the Dreadnoughtus. And we're going
to... Can I get this list like in front of me so I can see it?
So, I put the list in the Discord. So, that's the 6 creatures, or the 6 maps.
Now, have they announced what's happening with Genesis?
They
Like, is that
haven't yet.
coming to ASC or?
It
It
is.
is.
It's gonna be a while though. I imagine they're probably gonna do like the Bob's Tall Tale thing again, a different.
Here's what I want
DLC.
you to do. I want you to just completely scrap Gen 1. Take those creatures,
Yeah.
put them on Gen 2.
No, please do.
Don't even waste your time with it. Nobody like that at all. That is just awful. Worst DLC.
What they could do. Okay, sorry, Kraken. What they could do is like, because obviously there's like barriers in between each biome, right?
You're being targeted by the swarm. You're being targeted by the swarm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, if you
That is,
download
I
SP,
can never get past that.
And the
Okay,
only
it ruined
dude,
it.
yeah,
if you
basically have to
downloaded,
spawn in the.
well, I say if you downloaded Mr. Fistel's mod, it zaps the bugs out of his
Mr. who?
existence. Mr. Fistel, the guy that did Pugnacia.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, he has a bug zapper mod that if you place it down, the minute it's like you being targeted, those gone immediately. Like they're dead. It's super nice.
Yeah,
That has given me PTSD.
Yeah.
I go
awesome.
outside in the summertime and like
you are being targeted by the
being
swarm.
targeted by the swarm. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that map is so crazy. Especially
The only way you could make it worse is if you had like an AI read out the line every time. You are being targeted by the swarm. You are being
Helena.
targeted by
Every
the swarm.
time something happens,
That'd be
Helena.
awesome.
Oi, survivor! You're being targeted by a swarm! Get underground! Get out of here!
But like instead of
Bloody
so
swarm,
bad.
like-
instead of just saying it, she like pops up in the middle of your screen just to tell you. I hate.
Yeah,
God.
there should be like a giant pop-up box that you have to X out.
God no.
Can we wait? Can we put in requests like fan votes for what bugs we want to see? Could we get it crash every time you get targeted by the swarm?
What do you mean? That happens already.
Is that too much to ask for?
No, that's just a normal thing that happens.
What
Kraken.
bugs do you want to see when Aberration comes out? Every time you get radiation damage, the game goes blue. Like you're still in game, it's not a crash, but like you can only see blue.
Dabba-dee-dabba-da.
And then it spawns the bug swarm and says you're being targeted by the swarm.
Every time you enter the Rockwell arena, it plays the incorrect voice lines, like from the cutscenes instead of the David Tennant lines.
Yeah.
Can I make a statement? When doing the aberration boss fight, I hate how much Rockwell talks in that. I find it so annoying that he talks in that boss fight now.
I have never actually fought Rockwell, I'm ashamed to say.
I haven't
is
fought him since
awful.
they added his voice lines. I fought him before, but since they added
Oh,
I
before it was fine. All he did was roar and yell
Yeah,
and stuff
he
like
would, like,
that.
make like weird moaning
And now
sounds
he has, yeah,
before.
now he has a
Zombie.
whole blown conversation with you in the middle of ripping his heart out of his chest. It's so annoying.
I did think that was kind of weird, especially like the way his mouth moves and stuff. It like
Uh-huh.
doesn't make sense with what he's saying.
Here's a hot take. I love David Tennant. He's great. He was great as the Doctor and in most of the stuff he does. But I actually prefer Nettie the Noodles Rockwell voice
Yep.
actor because I think he just bro actually is Rockwell. You know what I mean?
Whoever
like-
that was, he did such a fantastic job.
So good. So good.
I feel like
I'm
we need to go
actually
give him
seeing those
credit.
things.
Oh, those are so good.
I only watched Nitty's. I watched his like
I love
What-
all
what-
of Nettie's machinima type stuff like that. It's so good.
Oh,
I just watched his
fantastic.
videos like going over like the entire story of Ark, just explaining it, and then yeah,
No, I'm always a sucker for machinima after Red vs. Blue. The Halo series.
Okay, I want to hop into this tier list thing that not tier list, but like our opinions on these creatures because we're stepping away from the proposed topic.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
All right,
so
let's get serious.
so Kraken,
It's time
I
to
will let
lock
you
in.
I will let you go first. What is your opinion on the list of creatures that we're just gonna go through the whole list. So, what are your opinions on the creatures that we have selected for the new maps coming out, old maps?
All right. Do I have to do them in order?
Just to make it easier.
Rhinonathia, okay. I feel like this falls into the sort of the same general ballpark of the cinema crops, where people pitched a lot of questionable mechanics, and people were like, "Oh, that'd be so awesome!" Yeah, it's in, and it's like, oh, okay, but like, this is supposed to be a real creature that we're talking about here, right? The Rhinognathia is like a flying war machine that can pick up T-Rexes and stuff, and it's like, well, sure, okay. How about the next creature? Why don't we take like the Aranio and just give it a Broodmother TLC? You know, it's
Oh
like
my god.
the creature is fun and it is cool, right? But like, wouldn't that have been cooler on like one of the Genesis maps or even Aberration to an extent? Like, just that, it's just, I don't like it because it's so out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it does have good mechanics and it is fun to play with. So I mean, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Giganoraptor, very cool. I like it a lot. I don't think the map really matters. I kind of wish that one was just on every map, and I hope that's what they're doing now.
I know it's going to be on Ragnarok. They said.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the other maps though.
But cool taming method, cool creature. That's like a solid 9 right there. You know, I mean, they didn't. There's not much you can really change from that. Phallosukis. What's the Concavenator Arc Editions? They just stole that 100%.
Yeah, but they're adding the Concavenator too, so like now we're gonna have 2.
And then there were 2. Prepare for trouble and make it double.
Yeah.
Phallosukis. I can't. It's lame. The taming method sucks.
Well,
It doesn't do shit.
Whoa. Hold on. Because I'm gonna bring up what you said. I know this is your opinion, but I gotta tell you that you're wrong because
it doesn't. Again, it's kind of in the ballpark of Rhinognathia, where like it just doesn't really make sense to be a. Also, okay, quick, complete side note. Where the hell are all the Capros on Scorched? Is that just me?
They have toned them down a lot, I will say.
I remember them being like one of the main creatures on Scorched, and now they're just nowhere.
I mean, I'm not complaining about that.
Obelisks everywhere.
Because they were so annoying.
But I've been to all 3 obelisks. Not a single Capro.
On my Scorched Silver I've got running up, I've seen actually quite a lot of them.
I played Scorched Earth on one of my own servers when it came out. I got attacked by Capras a lot when I was starting. Not a lot, but I got attacked by them a few times.
Okay. All my Xbox boys out there, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy.
Sure.
I don't know. Phallosukis doesn't do it for me. I would have preferred like Postasuchus or something big and that can run and just tear shit up. I think that would have been a lot cooler than Phallosukis. Go ahead, Cap, because clearly you have rebuttals.
Yes. I'm not saying that to change your mind. I'm just saying, like, because when you say it doesn't do anything, that's not true. Because if you are underground with it and you do its little sand tornado thing move that it does, it can the damage it does is based percentage-wise on the creature that it does damage to. So, like, for instance, I have a minor creature on my server called the Diamantinosaurus, which is like a big sauropod. And when you do the Dune attack to it and you suck it underground, it can do like 5,000 to 6,000 damage to that creature just because how big it is. I think it's weight based on how much damage you do. So they're decent when it comes to fighting creatures, and they're not too weak either.
Well, that is cool. Well, okay, so here's my problem when I say it doesn't do anything, right? I don't mean the creature doesn't have abilities, because it does.
Yeah.
But I guess I just did a really bad job. I'm not in the headspace right now. I'm sorry. We're kind of out of practice with the podcast.
It's been a while. It's been a couple
where
weeks.
its taming method is so complicated and I would say difficult even, that it feels more like an end game / trophy tame than it does like, this is the Scorched Earth creature.
It's like
it's
Phoenix.
only on Scorched. Exactly. So, like, why is it so... Both of the Scorched Earth creatures are so difficult to obtain. I'm yet to see a Phoenix naturally in my entire history of playing Ark.
Really?
I saw my first one spawn on ASA. Before that, I'd never seen one
I've
before.
never seen a Phoenix ASE or ASA, and I've been playing the shit out of Scorched Earth on ASA.
Yeah.
And I've actively gone out looking for it a couple times.
My friend
And just
Novi,
haven't seen
he and I play a lot of like games together on my stream and whatnot. He has tamed 3 of them now.
Must be nice.
I've never tamed one.
You know
Mainly
what I
'cause
can't stand? Non-breedable creatures.
You don't really
Get
grind
them
my
out of here. Get
gills.
them out.
I need to make griffins breedable.
Not yet.
Griffins need to be breedable. Phoenixes need to be breedable. I know there's a lot of random stuff that isn't breedable. Like, I'm glad wyverns are breedable now. That's
And
huge.
drakes, too.
And drakes. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge.
Yeah. Amazing.
Quick side note. I watched a Syntech video. It's his most recent one. That's going to date the hell out of this. Where he was doing Phallosuchus breeding mutations.
I saw a thumbnail for that. I didn't watch it, though.
And he mentions in the video, you know, why isn't the Oviraptor on this map? This seems like a huge oversight. It's such a game-changing creature.
I saw him saying that on Twitter.
I don't understand it, right? Here's my rebuttal to that. If you add the Oviraptor to Scorched, getting wyvern eggs has never been easier. You put it to collect all, and you fly it through the trench.
From my
And it
understanding,
completely breaks the wyvern trench.
well, from my understanding, the Oviraptor won't collect if it's being carried. It has to walk up to the eggs itself.
Okay, so you drop it in the little cubby holes, and it's the same problem. It's not quite as easy.
Yeah, no,
but,
you're
like,
right. You're right.
Yeah.
I
'Cause they-
think it would require a back end change from wildcard to like
Make the
code
wyverns
the
aggro.
eggs in a way that they can't be picked up by the wyverns,
Mhm.
or they can't be picked up by
Oviraptors.
the Oviraptor.
Or they could at least make it to where the wyverns aggro towards the Oviraptor when it picks it up. Because I'm pretty sure when they pick them up, like, they just doesn't aggro at all. It doesn't aggro the wyverns.
True. Just because I feel like otherwise on official servers, that's gonna mess with things way too much.
Yeah.
Back to the list.
Yep.
Shastasaur. Okay, final verdict on the Phallosuchus is it's okay. It's an inoffensive addition that I wish was better,
Fail.
if that makes sense. Shastasaurus, very good creature, like a solid. That's like one that should have been in the game all along.
Can we hold on? Okay, sorry. I'm going to interrupt again. Can we make a quick note saying that this is based purely on the concept and what we know of the creatures as they are not out in the game just yet? Once these creatures get get added to the game, we can come back to this list.
Once these creatures get added to the game and then nerfed and finalized,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Once we
find
once we
we
actually
can-
play with the creatures, then we can come back and touch up this list and give
we'll,
honest
we'll,
opinions.
we'll circle back.
Yeah.
So Shastasaurus, the submarine saddle, that sounds so cool.
Yeah,
like
it
that-
does.
I don't know if it's gonna be tech or if it's gonna be like
Better not be.
riot tier stuff, but like, man, that's such a cool idea for a creature. I'm very worried that it's gonna be buggy, but like the way I would do it is I would basically make it a platform saddle with a bubble on top of it, and I don't think it should be too bad. I have no idea, like, are you able to bring creatures inside of it? Because that seems broken. I don't know how you would do that.
I think they are. Well, I know they've been like working on the physics of this for a while because originally when they announced the center in February, they changed it to the Gigaraptor because they hadn't figured out the physics for this thing yet.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
And they also said that when they're changing the physics of it, it's also going to change the physics of all the other water stuff, like the rafts as well. It's going to change the physics of the rafts when the update comes out.
Interesting. That's
So,
scary.
I don't know how it's going
Um,
to change the physics, but it's changing, and I hope it's for the better.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be for the better, but like,
Yeah.
will it actually benefit the experience or will it make things worse?
Yeah.
In terms of all these creatures, yeah, the center probably fits it the best because the center's always been the odd man out, man. It's always been the underdog.
Yeah, and it
I
doesn't
used to
even
be
have
a
a
big
unique
center
creature.
guy, and its only problem is it was just released too early. It was released
Yeah.
before Scorched. It was released before Rag. So right, it has no unique creature. It has none of the other maps Ingrams, which sucks because the center feels like the perfect map to benefit from like aberration stuff. Because you've got that whole underground area that you could throw the fungal trees and you could throw all that other type of stuff
Yeah,
and
you
have
could.
island and center stuff, or island and aberration stuff. And hopefully they retroactively add stuff to it. I don't think they will, but
Probably not.
yeah, I mean, I wish the center would get more love. A unique boss would be cool there too.
The center's never really been my favorite map, but that's kind of because of all those reasons that you just went over. And I've also felt that it's like really outdated considering it's one of the oldest maps, and like when I just play it, it just feels like a really old map compared to everything else.
The center is a map that I want to love so bad, but just can't.
Yeah.
Like I played on the center for years. I would almost consider that to be my main map. And I was getting so frustrated because this would have been back in like 2017 when the game was like actually finishing development.
Yeah.
When they were adding Ascension and all the new creatures, and I'm like, man, all the new creature spawns are minimal or broken. We're not getting any of this tech stuff on this map, and you can't ascend, you can't do anything here.
Yeah.
And they never really remedied any of it. They just kind of left it as it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Which sucks.
I know, I used to play, I mean, I don't really play the center anymore because of all those reasons, but I used to play it back in like 2017, back when, of course, the only maps were like Scorched, the island, and the center. I remember I played a decent amount of the center, and I did enjoy it back then, but now it just feels really outdated because of all the stuff it's missing. And
I mean, there's
That's
really
one thing-
no reason to ever play the center.
yeah,
Because it's negated by every map that came after it.
exactly.
One thing about this list I do want to point out is, why does it stop at the center? Or I guess it stops at Ragnarok. Where is Valgero and Crystal Isles and Fjordor?
I mean, like these new creatures?
Yeah, do they not get a creature? Or
they are. I think they just haven't done the votes yet. Because Cedric, I think, said that they're going to do more votes. So it's probably
I gotcha.
Hasn't happened yet.
Which means Gen 1, Gen 2 will also be getting... Well, and we can't forget, there is a whole... we keep getting away from the story, from the
I am going to do... I'll start working on it right now. A gag creature vote for Gen 1.
Of course you are.
Called the Swarm 2. Even bigger.
My lord, please no.
Every time you get targeted by a swarm, it has a 10% chance to evolve into the Swarm 2.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, no. We've completely forgotten the fact that there's supposed to be a whole new story DLC coming. I'm probably after Ragnarok. I'd have to look at the timeline, but yeah, we're supposed to be getting like a whole new story DLC.
Yeah, what's our Arc Cinematic Universe release schedule look
I
like?
don't know. I don't remember.
Actually, I know because I worked on a video that's coming out tomorrow for it. But basically, was it? It says after Ragnar. No, it's after Extinction. There's a surprise. But it also just on the timeline, it just says like at the bottom, it just says new story expansion to be announced. And that's
we got our MCU arc ASA content roadmap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw it. I'm like, bro, this looks like the MCU.
Rockwell's Origins is gonna go hard.
Oh,
Rise of Rockwell.
This will be interesting. I'll tell you what.
So
though.
Aberration is allegedly July. I can't wait to play that
in
around
like
Christmas
September
time.
It's gonna be great.
So what? We're in May. So the center comes out this month, right?
It comes out
next month,
June 3rd, like beginning of the month.
So this is already out of date. Oh, that's so good.
Nope. All right, Kraken, continue. Would you leave off with the Shastasaurus? Continue. All right, Kraken, I'm skipping you. File, go ahead with the list.
Okay. Well, one of my points is going to be talking about Kraken's point, but I guess it doesn't matter. So first is the Rhino. I thought this was actually a pretty interesting addition. I understand what Kraken was saying, where they like kind of like made it crazy and not make any sense, but I think it's cool and it like fits as a dinosaur. Like it's not like crazy. I don't know how to describe that. It's not like a DLC creature like the Reaper or something where it just doesn't make sense to have it on the island. Like I think it still makes sense to have it on all those maps.
Mm-hmm.
I think it fits really. Like I like these boat creatures where they actually make an impact on the game, and I think the Rhino made a really big impact because it's like one of the main flyers now. Because that's just how like good it is in the actual game, and I think that's a good addition for me. And of course, it's got some awesome abilities, being able to like pick up stuff. It can swim underwater. What else can it like pick up a Rex and stuff? It's kind of crazy, but I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. So I don't know. We're giving like scores for this.
No, just I mean,
Yeah,
you
go
can.
ahead,
What is
go.
this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can give it like a 1 out of 10, I guess. Let's just do that.
Yeah, and then what the Gigaraptor? I think it's a pretty cool addition, even though it's one that I probably won't use as much. I think it's great for the people that will end up using it for like breeding and stuff. And it's just a cool creature as well, so I do like the addition of it having it in the world. Also, the idea of having like nests and stuff. There's not stuff like that on the island and stuff, which I find interesting. So you can kind of like find like nests of these creatures around. And then the Fasolasuchus, I think is cool too. I'd like Kraken was saying, it is really hard to tame, which means that I probably wouldn't end up taming it, which would kind of bump it down for me because I wouldn't even end up getting it or using it. But I do like all the abilities and stuff it has, and being able to swim in the sand is pretty dope, even though it is like the concave editor from Arc Editions. And the Shastasaurus I'm quite excited about, even though, like I was saying, the underwater is kind of boring in Arc, but this is a really cool creature, and the idea of having like a submarine saddle where you can like bring your dinosaurs inside of it and I don't know, build it, like have a base in here, like kind of like Subnautica type stuff. Sounds really dope, and I'm really curious to see how it works, especially with how the physics are going to change with the rafts and stuff. And then the next creature, the Wyling. I know this one was controversial, like because people didn't want it to win. I actually wanted this one to win because I think it's really cool. Even though I am worried about it breaking Aberration and making it to where rock drakes are difficult to get, or not difficult to get with this thing. Hopefully it doesn't.
Well, going off the track record of the Fasolasuchus, it'll be so hard to tame, no one will have one.
Hopefully they don't. They always like make all these new taming methods like crazy, like taming, like for like the Rhino having to like impregnate your dino. Like, where do they even come up with this stuff?
There are bugs in real life that do that. They will impregnate another bug, and then the babies will call out of
It's
it.
actually fairly common in the bug world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like they just ripped themselves off with the Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's different because it's a dinosaur being impregnated.
When are they gonna add
exactly.
NPC survivors and NPC breeding?
No, okay.
So you can breed
File,
here we go.
File, please continue with the
we're not gonna call
list.
them slaves because that's a strong word, but like your assistants
Kraken.
to get the best like.
Kraken, I need to cut you off. Kraken, I'm cutting you off because we're not going down that category right now. For the love of God.
Well, you guys have played Conan Exiles, right?
And there's no human breeding in that.
Like Scorched already has the whip.
No.
I was just about to say Conan Exiles got away with it.
File, don't feed into it.
My bad. Well, all right.
Would you tame a human in Ark?
All right, Kraken, I'm gonna mute you. I swear to God. Swell.
What would their preferred food be?
File, please continue.
All right.
You know what? Wait, last note. I bet they'd be like Moss Chops, where they all have different favorite foods.
I mean, yeah.
Some might have to be knocked out. Some might be passive tames. Some you might not even have to do anything. Like if they're just like homeless, they might just join right up with you.
What were you on? I lost.
The Dreadnoughtus.
Right.
I think this one's pretty dope. Even though I was talking about how we need more sauropods, even though this one's gonna be like exclusive to Extinction, I still think it's dope they're adding more because there's not that many in the game.
Yep.
And this one looks pretty cool, even though it does have that like, kind of Extinction, which like I'm kind of in between. Like I'm in the middle. Like I'm not sure if I like the Extinction look or not. I guess I'm not totally against it, but at the same time, I'm not totally into it either. We'll just have to see when it comes out, I guess. Also, it being like a Titan killer type thing and really massive seems pretty dope as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ouch.
Okay, so if you guys are done, I'm gonna go with my list. So for the Rhinoanatha, I mean, could you guys imagine the uproar everyone would have if they released a new bug into the game and it's the size of like a Meganola?
It'd be so
Could you imagine how mad people would be? I can understand why they put it to
Well, yeah,
size
of course
they
they
did.
would, because
Yeah.
we're being targeted by the swarm. Exactly.
Lord.
Yeah, I mean, you guys remember how that went?
The Rhinoanatha doesn't even need a swarm. It's its own swarm.
Yeah.
And it targets you from across the map. But I mean, I like the size of it. I like the fact that it's a helicopter, basically. I think that's really cool. That's the way
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
been funny to me. And then it being strong, it did recently get the movement speed nerf and it's carrying a dinosaur. I know that's kind of a big thing people are upset about. Me being one of them, because I thought that was very dumb that they did that. But I think the Rhinoanatha was a good addition to the game. They did quite well with that. Now the Gigantoraptor, I have not gone out of my way to tame one because it sounds like a pain to tame, and I do and don't like pain tames, as I call them. But I still think it's cool. I like the addition of it. The Phasolosuchus, do not get me started on its taming ways. I think the creature itself is very cool. It quickly became one of my favorite tames in Scorched Earth. But to tame it is one of the dumbest things I've heard. Given the fact that because with the way Orc is and the bugginess that it has, if you have to ram the creature's head into a rock, maybe don't make the creature dismount you if it goes over a small lip, due to the fact that Orc is buggy and you will get teleported onto a small rock and then it dismounts you for no reason. And that drives me nuts. If you guys were a part of the stream when I was taming that thing, the words I was saying, I was not saying anything nice.
One thing I'll give it is at least it doesn't reset your taming
Yes.
if you get knocked off.
And it doesn't.
No, we gotta go back. We gotta go back.
No.
Some things like the Mega Chalon, like where
Fix
if
it,
you
man,
mess
it's
up once,
bugged.
it instantly like resets the tame.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
glad it
like,
doesn't do that at least.
What is your guys' least favorite tame and arc?
hold on, Kraken. I want to get to this list before you continue another one. So the Phasolosuchus, good tame, terrible taming method. The Shastasaurus, I am very interested in seeing because given that my name is literally Captain Reptile, I like to have ocean bases. I'm very interested to see how the submarine's gonna work and it being a base. Because if you guys have ever built a base on the back of a dinosaur, it's kind of annoying because the creature doesn't stop
Oh, it's
moving.
incredibly
Yeah.
annoying.
Keeps like breathing and
Uh-huh.
moving constantly.
And when it poops, it like just throws everything
oh yeah,
off.
it's like an earthquake starts happening.
You're right,
It's
yeah.
so bad.
Drives me nuts. I hope they have a way to fix that, or kind of, I don't know. I think when you go to build on the back of a dinosaur, it should like freeze the dinosaur's animations so you can move around without it being, messed up. But all in all, I think it's gonna be a good tame. The Yearling, I could care less about. I think I'm with everyone when I say that it wasn't a creature I voted for. Actually, what I voted for was the I can't remember the name of it. It was the other sauropod. That was a part of the vote. I can't remember the name of it. It starts with a B. I voted for that. That's what I wanted. So the Yearling, I don't really care about. I hope it doesn't make things easy. It probably will. But I guess we'll just have to see. And then last but not least, the Dreadnoughtus is the one creature I have anticipated since it's been announced. I am very excited for it. I can't wait to see how it stands up against the Titans. And it's about time we have a good sauropod in the game, aside from the Amargasaurus.
Yeah.
Because every other sauropod is god-awful. And I swear if this becomes a 24-hour tame, I'm going to lose my mind.
It probably will.
It'll be a
going to lose my
24-hour
mind.
passive tame.
I swear.
Dude,
But it'll be an aggressive passive tame.
Oh, it already is. It's already been stated.
Beautiful.
yeah.
What's it say about
It'll
it?
eat element right out of your hands. It has to eat the element off of your corpse.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a 24-hour tame. That'd be really annoying, considering we already have the Titanosaur, which is a 24-hour tame, and that's
Right.
another sauropod. So, like, having two sauropods that are 24-hour tames,
And the Titans themselves are 24-hour tames. Like,
yeah, so, like, that'd be, like, overload of 24-hour tames on Extinction. Because
Right.
they're all the exclusive. Yeah.
At that point, you're just giving Ark a subscription service to keep a dinosaur for 24 hours before you have to get another one.
Yeah.
If you have Ark Survivor Evolved, you get to keep your tames forever. They eat your money. They eat real world currency. It's crazy.
No surprise there.
I think Drignatus sounds cool. I think it's very strange choice to make like a Titan Hunter dinosaur.
I mean, we've got the
I don't
Giga.
know. Right, but like, why wouldn't you just do that again though? You know, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why go Sauropod for that? Why not just do like, okay, so what they got? Shit, they kind of got all of them now. Yeah, because they got the car, they got the Giga, and they got the.
I kind of like it because we don't really have any like insanely powerful sauropods.
Right,
that.
like, do
I
you know
guess.
how many theropods we have in the game? I'm so sick and tired of getting big dinosaurs with big teeth. I'm over it. I want some herbivore representation in game, and now that we're finally getting it, people have an issue, and it's just frustrating.
I mean, I don't mind getting more theropods or dinosaurs.
I like
that.
them, but there's a
I
point
like
where it
it.
becomes too much. Like we just too many.
I think Ark actually has a problem lately with. Not even lately, it just always had this problem where instead of fixing the creatures in game, it just adds more.
Yep.
Why even bother with the car when you could have just applied those features to the Giga and made it an even cooler creature? You know?
You know what I just thought about?
Why give the Thyla all of these abilities instead of just giving them to the Saber?
Well, because Thyla is a marsupial and Sable's never technically climbed trees. I mean, they had to give a creature to the redwoods. That one kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. to me.
Right. But, I mean, I guess they just look so visually similar.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's true. I mean, it is like an upgrade. It's a different tier.
Can I say something that doesn't seem too far off now that Orc Editions is being implemented into the actual game?
Yeah.
All the TLC dinos that are coming from Paleo Orc, do you think they'll be implemented to the creatures like the Giga TLC?
No.
I don't think they will. I think it'd be cool, but
I think it'd be
It'll
very
happen.
cool. I don't know. I
To be
don't
honest,
know.
I don't really know enough about Paleo Arc to.
So, let me see. There was. I mean, I
I
guess.
don't really know. All I really know about is the Evo Giga
That's
and
loud.
a little bit about the rest of the mod.
So okay, so the main thing I'm talking about is just the Evo Giga. That's really the only creature
Yeah.
that needs a TLC in it. But
Oh man, this Rex looks really cool.
like if you go look at the Evo
Evolved
Giga
Tyrannosaurus,
on Arc
that's so
Ascended,
cool.
the here, okay, I will link you the trailer for the Paleo Giga, and you can watch it and give me your honest
I'd
thoughts.
love to see it. It reminds me of the one from Dominion.
There's
Right.
the new Arc Ascended one that looks like even better now.
Yeah, it does.
So like that one's not
You
even.
know
the
what's
best
so
version.
funny to me? And this is outside of the world of Ark, and it's just a dinosaur thing in general. But it's so funny to me how, for years now, it's always the T-Rex. It's a thing of the past. It's about the Giga. The Giga. It's even bigger, even stronger. But the Giga in real life would just get bodied by the T-Rex. Like it's like a cheetah versus a tiger. Like the way its body shape is and skull and teeth shape, it would stand no chance against a T-Rex.
Well, and the fact that the
Like-
Giga's teeth are meant more for ripping, like tearing,
Right,
rather than
and
straight up
T-Rex
bite
is, like,
force.
Skull crunching teeth, you know.
Yeah.
It's like T-Rex is still the king, and it will always be the king.
Well, that's the whole Spino fight. Like, if a Spino and a Rex, sure, the Spino's bigger, but a T-Rex will always body a Spino. Always. The Spino's mouth is not meant to bite into, tough flesh. It's meant more for fish. It's a piscivore, after all. So, it's just silly to me that people think a Spino would be able to kill a T-Rex. The only thing it's got for it
But the
is
Spino
claws.
thing is different because they're very, very different. But the T-Rex and Giga thing, like,
Oh, yeah.
they're like the same animal, but from North America and Africa.
Yeah.
Oh wait, where is the Giga found? Is it South America? I think it's South America. South America, and I don't believe they lived at the same time. Because I remember when Dominion came out, people had a stroke. God, yeah, that Giga Evo does look really good.
It's a very good looking creature, and I really feel like Wildcard would be like, hey, can we just have that creature? Can we just pay you for it?
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Oh, I would too.
I would too, dude.
I would too.
Alright, since there's other maps that need creatures, what are some real world things that you would want to see in the game that ain't in the game yet?
Hmm.
I'll let you go first.
Good, because I have one loaded. And this also feeds into the problem of they just add stuff to replace things. But the Terror Bird in Ark is a travesty. It's a disappointment. It sucks. I hate it so much. I wish it would die. I want this. This is my boy, the Kalenkin, and
It's just a different Terror Bird.
10 feet tall.
Yeah.
I want it to be fast. I want it to be lethal. In terms of like abilities, I'm kind of stumped, to be honest. I don't know what you would give it that would be different, but like it looks so cool. You know, make it like a scouting mount or a travel mount.
Yeah, that would be.
Scouting mount for sure, given that it's, extremely fast. It's like the
Make
Raptor,
it
right?
run
It's like a
very
stronger
fast.
Raptor.
Way stronger. Give it kicking attacks and like that beak. Like give it like a really strong beak attack where you can, or how about this? You can step on things with the feet, just like real terror birds. You can pin them with the leg and then bite them with the beak.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
There you go. There's your power.
I think it would be cool. I definitely, with creatures like that, I know a lot of people say like, oh, they shouldn't add creatures that are like other creatures like that, but I actually think I like it because it adds more variety to the game instead of just having one type of creature, having like a variety of different ones, which all of them have like certain unique aspects. I think
well,
is
right,
cool.
and like yes, it is another species of terror bird, but it's bigger, it's stronger, and it has different abilities. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like that's
the
like,
base
more
terror
variety.
birds. They're very small. They're human sized, and they they run in packs. They're pretty weak, and they don't really have any great abilities. Like they have their derpy little dodo glide, but that's about it. This would be like, they travel alone. I don't know what biome. I think they'd actually work really good on like scorched earth. And yeah, they would be really good like travel mounts, kind of like the Thyla. They could have a big jump, like bigger than like something like a raptor would have, but not nearly as like a Procoptodon or something.
Yeah.
That is my dream arc creature because I think birds, specifically like big birds like that, are so cool.
Yeah,
You could even give
I'm
it
all
like a
for that.
rivalry, like a beef between this terror bird and the other one, like the way Trikes and T-Rexes have that now.
Yeah. For me, a creature that they could add that would be nice. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I mean it's hard because
It
Ark
is
has
hard.
just about everything in
It's
it.
so hard.
I already got one loaded. So
Go
I'm
ahead.
ready.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I've got nothing.
I've got a couple, but the one I was thinking of recently is the Dino-Kyrus because it's such a unique creature. We
That's
don't have
coming
anything
in
like
Arc
it.
Editions.
Yeah, it's coming to Arc Editions, I know, but I still think it should be in the game.
Does that just mean it's coming to base game?
I mean, at
Mm.
this point, who knows?
I mean, it could. I could try and find the Arc Editions one because there's actually like videos.
I have a few of them actually. I will get that while you keep talking.
Oh yeah, okay, but like it's really different to everything that's in the game. It's like a gigantic, like I don't know how big it is in real life, but it seems like they're like around Rex size maybe.
They are big.
They are really big, and they're like really there's nothing that looks anything like this on Ark. I think it would be really cool to find something like that in the game. I'm not sure what
I
it would
think they're
do. But
related to Theres.
Yes.
yeah,
Under
Yeah,
the
that's-
same
Oh
family.
no! What did they? Look at how they massacred my boy. What is that?
That's well, okay. You gotta think that's the T pose version. That's not what it's gonna actually look like.
No, I'm talking about the face.
Oh, I mean that's kind of what it looks like. What do you mean? That's not
Yeah.
any different than the one you've sent.
The colors.
Well,
man.
that's not the same because it's different colors in Orc. Come on.
It's not bad. It
It's
not. It
not.
fits Arc. It fits Arc.
Garuga,
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's Garuga's creature. He's gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
exactly.
I know.
In Gruga we trust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's probably gonna be a while before he comes out because he said he's not working on it.
It's
gonna
it's
be a
so
while before he
sad
starts
because I mean, if you look at it the way it is right now, it looks like it could be shipped out. It's so sad to hear that he's not
I
working
know.
on it right now. 'Cause I
My main
what
problem
I
with
want.
Arc Editions, and this is going to be a hot take, is the creatures all look fantastic. Great animations, great models, but mechanically, most of them suck.
What do you mean?
I mean, like the Concavenator, that sucks.
Oh,
the
okay, well-
Cryolophosaurus, that sucks.
Those are
Those
two.
are old.
Yeah, those are
Helicoprion,
old. Those,
That
he's
sucks.
editing those. He's giving those TLCs.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
And the
I didn't know.
Helicoprion, I mean, kind of. It's just like the Tropio, right? It's an underwater grinder. That's what its
What?
main use is.
Or its use is it turns.
It's just like the Tropio, an
items in the
underwater
blueprints.
grinder.
The
What?
Tropio can fly. The Tropionathus, that's like you give it stuff and you can grind things down. It's an organic grinder, and
I didn't know it had that ability. I thought it was
Oh.
that. Isn't the Tropio the
jet bird.
warbird? Yeah,
Yeah.
The Tropio just grinds stuff.
Yeah, it can grind stuff down with its
I-
beak.
didn't know that.
So
The-
that's just kind of how the Helicoprion reminds me of. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be honest, I know what they're doing. But that's what I think it does. Anyways, I could be
No,
wrong.
what it does is you put like an item you have, and it has a chance of turning it into a blueprint.
Oh,
so you can
okay,
put-
okay. So I knew it
you can
destroyed
put-
the item. I
yeah.
didn't. Yeah, I just.
How do you take one of the coolest underwater things that has a chainsaw mouth, and you don't make it have like a badass bleed attack? Instead,
It might.
it
Have you
eats
tamed one?
items.
It doesn't have a bleed. It just
Never
has like
mind.
a tail swipe.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't even hit with the mouth. It's so. How do you drop the ball that bad?
Well,
It's
contact
fine.
Garuga.
I'm not bitter.
He's
It's
He's
fine.
in this Discord. Contact him, Kraken. Go ahead. Give me an
No,
idea.
I won't.
I won't.
I will not be that guy. Instead, another creature that was part of, I believe it was the Scorched Earth vote, is the Moa bird.
Yes,
That sounds.
I
cool.
really.
I wanted that one.
I don't know what that one is actually. I don't think I was
I'll drop
really
it.
playing Orc when the Scorched Vote was going on. It sounds cool though.
From my understanding,
Here
you could build
is-
like a small base on
I got
its
you.
back.
I got you, Cap. I got you, Cap. Here we go. Check that out. Yeah, it's got my vote.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I would have something like that. I would like that.
I think we're just learning about me today. I just like birds.
Yeah,
Terror
nothing wrong with
birds,
that.
terror birds, moa birds, the Haast eagle. I would love to see that, but it's basically just the RG.
Yeah,
I think that
For being honest,
I still think that would be kind of cool, or at least having because the RG is more like a vulture now. whereas
right?
this
The
is
Haast
LT.
eagle.
having
It
something
lived
like
in New Zealand, so like the real world moa birds were in New Zealand, right? And the
Mhm.
Haast eagle would carry them away,
That's dope.
as well as the primitive people who first moved to New Zealand. They were like, "You got to be shitting me," as their kids got picked up by giant eagles. God, that would have been so terrible. Don't go outside, Timmy. You'll get picked up by a bird.
we
That'd be
definitely
like
need
Jurassic Park 3 in real life.
we definitely need a creature in game that brings fear to flyers. Like you can get dismounted because right now, like once you get a flyer, you're practically. I mean, you're
Yeah, we have
basically
one.
good.
The Microraptor.
No.
Scared shitless.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
we have
Yeah.
one. The Thylacoleo.
And we-
no,
Scared
no. I mean, like when you're flying way above the land and it comes after you, that it's got the chance to pick you up off your mount.
The Thyla.
Okay, but that's redwoods. If you're away from the redwoods, you have no fear of Thylas. Like for instance, the Jurassic Park mod for ASE, the Pteranodons there are the JP3 Pteranodons, and they can pick you up, and then they
You know
take
what's
you to the
fun?
top of the world and
You know
drop
what's
you.
fun about Pteranodons?
The Tropios can pick you up though.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
only on
true.
Crystal Isles.
But that's after you make them mad. They'll
Yeah.
pass it otherwise.
Gentlemen, I have a solution to our problem.
hmm
Mhm.
Tell me your knowledge of Astarchids.
Of what?
I know a bit about them. I know the Hatzepoteryx and the Quetzalcoatl.
There it is. Okay, so Hatzepoteryx.
That was the other creature I was going to say.
It's related to the Quetzal, but the Quetzal is so lame and so disgusting that
I know.
It's beyond salvageable.
Well,
a good TLC could fix it.
Right, but why do that when we can just add something better?
Right?
Isn't that the wild card motto?
Yeah.
We need the Hatzepoteryx.
Well,
right?
actually,
look at that bad boy.
I agree. Well, I agree because the other creature I was gonna say from the Dinosaurs was the Hatzepoteryx. Like that was my next creature I was gonna bring up.
The thing that specifically sells me on Hatzepoteryx is the episode of Prehistoric Planet where it's hunting baby sauropods in the tall grass.
Yes.
Oh, I actually saw that. I saw like a little clip of it.
Let them in the wild land and walk around, and if they see you, they'll gallop towards you. Right,
Dude,
like they won't take off. That would be so horrifying, wouldn't it be?
Yes, that'd be
That's
awesome.
what we need. Because God, yeah.
So what they should do, honestly, because as Dark Age, because they were so big, they didn't really fly anywhere. They flew short distances, so they should make it to where the Quetz...
But look at how alien that looks. They're so creepy.
They're cool, though.
Don't crash on me. Please don't crash.
They are very cool.
Yeah, I definitely want them to add that. Hopefully, it's actually been really close to winning in a few of the creature votes. So maybe they'll
pity at it like the card.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, we definitely need new. Like I just said, we just need something scary that flies. That's not a wyvern.
I think
that's not a wyvern is huge because they breathe lightning. That's not a fair comparison.
Right.
Yeah.
Something
also
realistic.
Wish they TLC the Quetzal too. I don't know.
Look, if they just TLC the Quetzal and give it the ability that Kraken just said, because Quetzals did the same thing, then by all means.
Yeah, but Quetzes, you'd have to change their taming method. Because the problem is they are knockout tames and they're very difficult because they fly high. Just like the Mosasaur, right? It's a knockout tame, but it's very difficult because it's very low down.
And I actually like that.
You changed it where, Quetzals can land and stuff now. You would have to change it from a knockout tame to something else. I don't know what, but for example, for the Hatzepoteryx, I see you needing to feed it baby dinos. You whistle your baby brackies or whatever. Go meet your new friend over there, and then he eats them, and it raises the taming bar. But if you get too close, he sees you and he picks you up in the beak and he slams you onto the ground like a bodybuilder.
I'm all for that, by all means.
And then, make it so that they're primarily a land-based thing. But they can take off, and maybe they're like Gigas, and they just have really shitty stamina. Sky Gigas, literally, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Gigas of the sky. I want to see my Hat's army versus the Manticore.
That would be interesting.
No, we should make one of these things for the votes, just have it typed up for the Hatzepoteryx and then post it when the next vote comes up.
We should.
We should just all work so that way we make it so good that everyone has to vote for it.
In the wild, the Hatzepoteryx have a natural rivalry with the Giganotosaurus, occupying the same harsh territories on the mountains of the island. I once witnessed a Giga being thrown from the volcano during a territorial dispute with a Hatzepoteryx. Hats are very intelligent and are known to hold a grudge, dropping wild Gigas on survivors who have chosen their enemies very poorly. Once aggroed, a Hats will never forget the face of someone who's wronged them, becoming permanently untamable. If a survivor can wrangle enough black pearls, unicorns, and ascendant Rex saddle blueprints, they're able to concoct a special sundae that the Hatzepoteryx will consume from their bloody, mangled corpse. Being a picky eater with a ginormous appetite, it will immediately starve to death if not fed tech replicators. A tamed Hatzepoteryx is mightier than the force of God himself. It will be able to perform a one-shot attack on anything that spawns on the island, including the Overseer itself. It truly is a survival ascended. In all my time on this shithole island, I have never seen such a bullshit, unbalanced creature.
I was
Right.
gonna
It,
say
it
that.
can pick up gigas. It can eat gigas. It fights
Okay.
gigas.
Wow.
Not like that. but
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like just make sure the pitch is awesome, so that way we get as many votes, and then
Oh,
yeah.
guys, I found another theropod we can add.
No.
I'm down for it.
The
No.
Majongasaurus.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, that's a smaller sauropod.
Yeah. Oh god, this is an ugly ass picture from Jurassic World Evolution 1, but it works. That's such a bad picture.
Okay, I think I know what it looks like at Jurassic World like Evolution 2 as well and stuff. So
What
yeah.
what abilities do we got from Majongasaurus?
it can pick up gigas.
It can pick up gigas.
It
and
can pick up titanosaurs.
No, it can instant tame anything in the game.
My
It can
lord.
teleport to any location on the map.
It can navigate through the mesh. That's what it is.
Beach
It
Bobcast
can
has
mesh
really
right
fallen
into
off.
people's bases.
Beach Bobcast has fallen off.
Yeah, we haven't fallen off.
What do you mean?
We're
We're the opposite
pitching
of falling
our.
off.
We
Our
got to get
ideas
our.
are so good. Like
Exactly, our ideas are so good. People will vote for it, and they'll have to add it.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it can pick up Rexes, dude. It's an organic wingsuit. They'll have to add it.
Exactly.
Oh my lord.
How about a non-conventional creature, right? How about something like a prehistoric tapeworm?
Oh my lord. That's such a
Give-
reach.
No. It gives your survivor buffs. Like it's something you want to tame.
What buffs does a
Like-
tapeworm give you in real life?
Okay, that was just an example. But some other sort of like parasite or disease or something.
I think the leech is enough.
Yeah, we already have the leech and the lamprey.
I know, but Captain Leeches aren't breedable. We're thinking too small scale.
Yeah, I need the lampreys, but we don't need either of them in the game.
We need more of the swarm.
Yeah,
No.
you're right. That's what
You
this
know what?
game
Okay.
needs.
You know what? No, for the swarm, but we do need like a queen for the ants.
Titan Mir McQueen.
Yeah,
That would be cool. I've seen a
because-
couple pictures for that.
Yeah, because that was actually going to be a thing, and then
I was
they
just
were
about to say,
like, they were
like, that
like,
reminds me
nah,
of-
this is dumb, and they took it out.
That reminds me of that creature. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but the
The
hive
hive.
creature.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, and it was like that one giant bug that like spawned those like smaller bugs. or whatever
Uh-huh.
They were. I thought that was really cool. I don't know why they scrapped that. They had a model and they had the concept art for it made.
Yeah.
They
There's-
also, speaking of things that were almost in the game, that still pisses me off to this day. Ark has a Chupacabra dossier that they just never acted upon, and it looks so
is that
cool.
what that thing is?
yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that, but I didn't know what it was.
it's the Chupacabra.
So I was like,
Which
what
is
am I
funny.
looking at?
Which is funny because they added the Ravager, which is also kind of like a Chupacabra, and the Nameless, which is also kind of like a Chupacabra.
If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, one of the two creatures actually has the name Chupa.
Oh yeah,
In it?
the nameless.
The name,
does.
yeah.
Chupa thingy, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Like the spawn command for them is like
I guess
Chupacabra.
in both of these concept arts, you can see the Nameless.
Yeah.
You really can.
Well,
Well, they-
and who was it? Paul, I think. Paul something over on Twitter. He's the concept artist for Ark. He released a crap ton of creatures that they were like, yeah, we could add these, and they had some really cool looking concept. But then they were both like, nah, people wouldn't like these, and everybody in the comments was like, what do you mean nobody would like these? We love these. We want these.
Yeah, they
And-
had some cool creatures. Like I know the Acro was one of them.
Yeah,
like,
the
one of those
Acro was one.
And then
You
the
know what?
Gorgonops,
They really
was one.
they
of them
really
too.
did use this as the Nameless design.
Yep.
That does
I'm
look
looking
like,
at them side by side,
Yeah,
They really
which
like the
is
whole
so
tongue
sad
sticking
though
out.
because God, that'd be such a cool creature on Scorched.
Can we get like a nameless prime or like a like a nameless boss? I know the Reaper King and everything is technically the nameless boss, but like a big tameable version of a nameless that summon other nameless, that would be kind of cool.
I don't like the Nameless. I never cared for them. I
Oh,
never
they're
understood
annoying.
them.
That's the whole point of them. But I just think having a tameable version would be kind of cool.
I want the Chupacabra on Scorched.
I'd name it
and I'm
Schmeagle.
sad.
Not-
I want more fantasy creatures in Ark. I think that's what I really want. Because we got dragons, we got griffins, we got the phoenix.
Rock elementals,
else?
rock drakes,
That's
vehicles.
not. That's basically just.
I want a
another
Hydra. I know it's an
dragon.
Atlas, but I want like a proper Hydra for
Dude,
the
a
ocean.
Hydra would be sick.
Hydra boss would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Manticore is a good boss.
They could have had
Well,
that as one of the
honestly,
new Scorch bosses.
They didn't really name Manticore correctly. It should be called the Chimera.
No, that's what a Manticore technically looks like. The Chimera is different. Chimera has a goat's head out of its neck and a snake tail.
I guess.
The Manticore, Manticore's got a lion body, bull horns, and a scorpion tail. So that's
God, I always
technically
forget that there's unicorns too. Unicorns in Ark.
unicorns, griffins.
Yeah.
We need a hippogriff.
It's the same thing.
No. It's a horse, not a lion. Agree. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We have been going at this for an hour and a half. I am not opposed to ending episode 1 on a good note of Kraken talking about furry ravagers.
Okay, well that's gonna get cut out, obviously.
That's not getting cut out. I am in charge of the editing, and that's not getting cut out.
Oh no.
Oh no, he says.
Oh no.
Kraken, if you're doing the video side of this, if you're still debating on that, keep these photos so you can throw them in accordingly.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Yeah, I was gonna, because if someone's just listening to this, it's not gonna make any sense when we're talking about the images we're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this image.
Look at this picture.
On the screen.
Well, Kraken, sign us out. Wrap this up.
I signed us in. I signed us out. I started. You sign us out.
Me? File sign us out.
All right, are we actually ending this then?
Yeah, we can end this. I'm good. I got things.
The
to do.
last beach Bobcast ever. 2-year
All right.
reunion tour.
Yep. I'll edit
Well, I
this
hope
later
you
tonight. Go ahead, Toy.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the epic reunion, or whatever this is called. I don't know. But that's gonna be it for the Beach Bobcast.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. But
Beach Bobcast season 2.
yeah, season 2.
Yep.
What do I say at the end?
Don't forget that if you liked what you saw,
Good night.
liked what you heard, I guess. I'm gonna do my outro. I almost just defaulted.
Because I felt like I was just gonna
ladies.
default to my app.
Right, I
that
almost
wouldn't be the
defaulted to
correct
mine.
thing.
You can find Kraken over on YouTube whenever he decides to start uploading again. He's kind of a
You can find the
barren wasteland over there.
of my old.
Yeah, maybe don't check out Kraken.
Ooh.
You
Well,
can-
watch my Alistair short.
Don't.
That goes hard.
I saw your newest one. Complete degeneracy. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, didn't he get like 1 million views on one of them? Though?
One of them,
1.3.
not this one.
And then I got 500,000 on another one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The Has-Been Hotel community is just brain dead.
Yeah.
I
I hit it at the perfect time.
They're going to be busting down my door trying. Yeah, I might not see you guys later, but yeah. I mean, don't forget, if you like what you heard, like and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and YouTube if Kraken uploads videos. And you can find File over on YouTube at onfile944. You can find me, Captain That Tile, over on YouTube and Twitch, and you can find Kraken, Crazy's Kraken, on
in your
YouTube.
wall. Yes.
In your walls. Yes, he is there.
Yeah,
If
you
you hear-
find me
you
inside your
should find
walls.
him pretty quickly.
If you hear any whispering, he is there. That is him.
I think I ended one of our podcasts that way, where
I
the
think
last thing I
so.
said is, and you can find me inside your walls.
Yeah, just set out some Halo video games and you'll be fine.
Yes, every December 16th, if you lay out your Halo games, Kraken will visit you and beat it on Legendary under your account.
While yelling about it, but he will do it.
Yes. Except Halo 2, I don't do that one anymore.
Yeah. Halo Infinite is his favorite Halo, so just do that one. Or Halo 5, Halo
I don't know about that,
Guardians.
Chief.
You can do.
I think my favorite Halo is Halo 3, but this isn't a Halo podcast.
This is not a
we
Halo
aren't
podcast.
the sacred icon over here.
Okay, we're leaving before we get this. Okay, goodbye. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Fish burns.